Shanna, have you ever been shopping for a car and seen a massive banner advertising 0% financing, but when you actually sit down with a finance manager, the deal somehow isn't quite what it seemed to be?
So many times. Or you're looking for a great savings account, and one bank is advertising a high rate while another advertises a great yield. And you're wondering which one actually is going to make my money grow faster. It feels like the numbers are intentionally designed to just be confusing.
Exactly. And it's a language that if you don't speak it fluently, it's easy to get lost. The good news is, it's a language with only a few key vocabulary words. Today, we're decoding the two most important sets of letters in that puzzle, APR and APY. Welcome back to Making Sense of Your Sense, your podcast for quick, clear financial tips. I'm Daniel Hill.
And I'm Shanna Browning. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that sounds complicated, but is actually simple once you know the secret: the difference between APR and APY. These three little letters can either cost you thousands of dollars or make you thousands of dollars over time.
It's the language of money. One of these tells you the true all-in cost of borrowing, and the other tells you the true compounding power of your savings. Understanding the distinction is one of the most fundamental skills for navigating your financial life with confidence.
So let's start on the side of the street where we owe money. We're looking at a credit card, a car loan, or a mortgage. The number we see on the front and center is APR. Daniel, break it down for us. Tell me what it really means.
APR stands for annual percentage rate. The most important word there is annual. It's the total cost of borrowing money over a 1-year period, expressed as a percentage. But here's the critical detail that the law requires and that many people miss. The APR isn't just the interest rate. It must also include most of the lender's fees and other costs required to get the loan.
So when you say fees, what are you referring to?
This is key. For a mortgage, for example, it would include things like the loan origination fee, processing fee, other closing costs. For a personal loan, it could be an application fee. By bundling these upfront costs into a rate calculation, the APR gives you a much more holistic view of what you're actually paying.
My goodness, that makes so much sense. So it's like booking a flight. The interest rate might be the base airfare, but the APR is the final price after all the taxes, baggage fees, seat selection charges are added in.
That's a perfect analogy. The APR gives you a much more honest apples-to-apples comparison between different loan offers. A lender might try to lure you in with a temptingly low interest rate, but if they tack on a high fee, the APR will be higher, exposing the true cost.
So if I'm comparing two car loan offers, and an offer A has a 6% interest rate with $1,000 in fees, while offer B has a 6.5 interest rate with 0 fees. The APR is the tool that helps me figure out which one is actually cheaper over the life of the loan.
Precisely. The APR calculation would bake that $1,000 fee into the rate for offer A. So its APR might end up being, say, 6.8%. revealing that offer B is the better deal. That's its entire purpose. It levels the playing field so you can compare a loan from a credit union, a bank, and an online lender and know you're looking at the same type of number. For any kind of debt, your goal is simple: find the lowest possible APR.
Well, thank goodness, because that is incredibly clear. Lower is better when you owe. Now let's flip to the fun side of the equation, earning money with APY.
Right. APY stands for annual percentage yield. This is the number you want to focus your savings accounts, your money market accounts, or your certificate deposits, CDs. The letter here is Y for yield, and the secret ingredient that makes APY so powerful. It's a concept that Albert Einstein supposedly called the eighth wonder of the world, and that is compounding.
And we hear that word all the time. The magic of compounding interest. Can you break down what's actually happening behind the scenes?
Compounding is simple. It's the process of your interest earning its own interest. Let's walk through a clear example. Let's say you deposit $10,000 into a savings account that pays a simple 5% interest rate once a year. After year 1, you'd earn $500. After year 2, you'd earn another $500. After 20 years, you'd have your original $10,000 plus $10,000 in interest for a total of $20,000.
Now that's straightforward. But now I need you to show me the magic.
Okay, let's say that account compounds annually. After 1 year, you still earn $500. So you have $10,500. But in 2 years, you earn 5% on the entire $10,500. So you'd earn $525. It's a small difference at first, but it's a snowball effect. By year 20, that same account would have over $26,500. That extra $6,500 is purely the result of your interest earning its own interest.
So you're telling me the APY calculation already includes the snowball effect?
Exactly. The APY tells you the effective annual rate of return, taking the compounding frequency into account. That's why you might see an account advertised with a 4.9% interest rate, but a 5% APY. That difference means the interest is compounding more than once a year, like daily or monthly. And the APY is showing you the true higher yield you will receive over a full 365 days.
So when our listeners are comparing two savings accounts, the APY is the only number that matters?
It's the only number that gives you the complete picture. Always look for the highest APY. It's the direct equivalent to the APR on the lending side, the most honest and complete measure of performance. Now, Shanna, let's bust a common myth. A lot of people see a high APR on a credit card and say 24% and think, well, I don't plan on carrying a balance, so it doesn't matter. What's the danger in that thinking?
The danger is life happens. You might have an unexpected car repair or a medical bill, or suddenly you do have to carry a balance for a few months. The 24% APR isn't a yearly rate divided by 12. It's calculated daily. So the high APR can cause a balance to grow so alarmingly fast. A lower APR provides a crucial safety net for those unexpected moments. It's a feature you hope you never have to use, but you'll be glad to have it if you do.
That's a fantastic point. On the savings side, people often get paralyzed by choice. They have some money in a checking account earning nothing because they're afraid of making the wrong choice for a savings account. What's the flaw there?
Well, the flaw is letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. The difference between a 4.8% APY and a 5.0% APY on $5,000 is about $10 over the course of the year. The difference between a 5.0% APY and the 0% you're earning in a checking account is around $250.
Wow.
The most important step is simply to get your savings into a high-yield account. Any high-yield account. You can always move it later if you find a better deal, but the biggest cost is the cost of inaction.
So to bring it all home with a final summary, APR is the annual percentage rate. It's the total cost to borrow money, including fees. Your goal is always to find the lowest number possible. APY is annual percentage yield. It's the total you can earn on your savings, including the power of compounding. Your goal is always to find the highest number possible.
One's going to cost you, the other's going to pay you. Master that distinction, and you've mastered a core financial concept that will serve you for the rest of your life.
And that brings us to this week's actionable tip.
Your action item this week is to become a rate detective for your own finances and create what we're calling a financial power ratio.
So grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. First, go online or look at your last statement for your highest interest credit card. Find the APR and write it down. Let's say it's 24.99%.
Now, we want you to log in to your primary savings account. Find the APY and write it down right below the APR. Let's say it's, for this example, 4.5%.
Now we'll do the math. Divide the high APR by the low APY. In this example, 24.99 divided by 4.5 is about 5.5. That means your debt is costing you 5.5 times more than your savings is earning you. Seeing that ratio, that debt penalty in black and white is incredibly powerful.
It transformed the idea of paying off debt from a chore into an investment opportunity. Every extra dollar you send to that credit card isn't just paying a bill. It's like getting a guaranteed 24.99% return on your money. You can't find that in the stock market. The ratio gives you the motivation you need to make a plan and attack that high interest debt with everything you've got.
Next week, we'll be demystifying one of the most important and misunderstood numbers in your financial life, your credit score. We'll break down exactly what goes into it and how you can improve it.
To make sure you don't miss it, please subscribe to Making Sense of Your Sense on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you're listening now. And if you have a financial question, send it to us at podcast@fcbtn.com. We'll answer them in our future episodes. Thanks for listening.